Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our first weekly staff training for the Ohio Means Jobs, Columbus Franklin County Job Center, and all of our partners. We appreciate you joining us this morning, and we want to give a big shout out to Keith from Action for Children, who's going to be our presenter today. As we've talked, this is a really great opportunity for us to start learning again about all of the community resources that are available, and in particular, those that aren't directly located in the job center. And so I think Keith will have a lot of great information for you guys today to really begin to understand the work that they do and how we kind of walk right beside them in a lot of ways. Before I have you present, Keith, everybody that knows me from way back pre-pandemic, I'm a big video guy. And so I kind of always like to play some type of short video to really get everybody inspired and to remind us of the work that we do. So I'm going to throw a quick video up first, and then we'll hand it over to you.
If you were to ask me in the early 90s, what is the big lesson you've learned from this show? I would have said that the common denominator in the human experience is that everybody just wants to be appreciated or validated. That got clarified in such a way that the hairs on my head rose when I heard Toni Morrison, who was on the show for The Bluest Eye, one of my favorite books of all time. I'd chosen her for book club selection yet again. And she said these words.
It's interesting to see when a kid walks in the room, your child or anybody else's child, does your face light up? And that's what they're looking for. When my children used to walk in the room when they were little, I looked at them to see if they had buckled their trousers, or if their hair was combed, or if their socks were up. And so you think your affection and your deep love is on display because you're caring for them. It's not. When they see you, they see the critical face. What's wrong now? But then if you let as I tried from then on, to let your face speak what's in your heart, because when they walked in the room, I was glad to see them. It's just as small as that, you see.
That is what I think is so profound, because that is how you learn what your value is.
That's right.
Not by what the person is saying to you, but what you feel.
Yeah.
When I was
That was a huge aha, bing, 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 light bulb moment for me. Because first of all, I was thinking about myself growing up, as everybody thinks about themselves when somebody's telling a story. I was thinking about myself growing up and how that didn't happen to me. And when I said those words about that is how you gather what your value is or determine what your value is, I was thinking about, oh, gee, that is why for so many years I was a kid with low self-esteem, because nobody's face lit up or eyes lit up when I entered the space. But where I got that value, that validation, was when I went to church, speaking in the church, or when I went to school.
All right, so what do you guys think? I felt like that was the perfect concept to start our staff training, because all too often, you've heard me say it when Lisa's here in the job center, she'll reference it as well. Many times when people are coming to us, they're not in their best moment. And I'm as guilty as anybody when I'm having a bad day. Sometimes somebody walks up to my door, my office, and I just do that. What? We've all done it. We've all been there. And I think it's really good for us to remember in the moment that we understand why we responded the way we did, but what the other person sees is something completely different. So just keep that in mind as you work through day to day. I think it's also very relevant to kind of kick off everything that Keith's going to talk about as well. So with that, Keith, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. I don't know how to follow Oprah, but I'll do my best. So thank you for having me. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. I actually worked at Ohio Means Jobs when it was called the C word, co-work, for a year or so as a job developer. And then I went to Columbus State for a couple of grants and did some workforce development there. And so workforce is in my blood as well, with for some of you as well, helping people find their passion, their opportunities, and hoping to help them along their journey so they can succeed in their lives. So I started at Action for Children 6 years ago in a grant working with fathers, young fathers, in regards to job development and workforce. And now I'm the outreach coordinator for the whole agency. So I've kind of been shifted from job to job there. I guess that means they like me. I don't know if their eyes light up when they see me, but I think most people like me there. So wanted to share a little bit about what Action for Children does. I see that I can share some of my flyers here. I sent, sorry, I'm looking here. Sent Scott some flyers to pass out.
Yep, and we'll distribute everything with the link to this recording after the training, so everybody will have it.
Yeah. So this program would be very important for your clients. And this is how Action for Children got started 50 years ago. Let me see if I can move that up. And yes, we're celebrating our 50th year anniversary. Back in 1972, Action for Children became a child care and resource agency. We are still one today. We are funded through Jobs and Family Services with their child care department. And what we provide is we have a database that has all providers. Well, we try to get all providers in it licensed, have stepped up to quality ratings, offer Title 20 or free publicly funded child care services. And we have a team called Information and Referral. And they, so that you can reach out either by our website. So I'm going to show you our website at the end, just to show where to go. Of course, our website is being redone, so I don't know how it's going to look. It's in that process right now. But yes, you can help a parent find childcare. They reach out to our information referral team. They ask what special needs the child might need, what hours, what days, what times, zip code areas. And they have all of that in that database. It's really great. They pull from that database a list of providers, and they may even call on the parent's behalf to see if they have openings. So then they make the list even shorter. Hey, this person, just down the street from you has openings, has the exact times and needs for your child. They also have, after school care. They have some transportation where, some providers, of course, provide transportation. So you can, help them with that, with the school age children. So there's a lot that they can do for your parents. So, you're working with a parent trying to find employment, and they say, oh, childcare is a concern or an issue. You got us to help. And then just wanted to share, can you see this one, the Franklin County Rise? Okay, I know Zoom or Microsoft Teams is some kind of difficult to deal with sometimes. Sorry, I'm going to turn off my phone real quick because I'm also connected to another meeting and it's now popping up. Okay, all right. So our other program we received, so after the pandemic, child care centers and providers were hit hard, and a lot of them closed down due to it. So right now we received some funding, and I'm not too sure exactly where, but it's probably on our flyer. From who? I think it's probably from the city of Columbus. Yeah. And they gave us money to help with both child care providers and parents. So on the child care provider side, I didn't pull up that flyer, but child care providers, we have some funding for them for like sign-on bonuses for new staff, some stabilizing economic funding to help them to continue to run their centers and businesses. And we also provided emergency rental assistance for staff of childcare providers and centers and the cook staff. So we've been doing that. It's been a big learning experience for us and our team. So our I&R team was able to handle that. And with our parent side, we have scholarships available. So if they don't qualify for Title 20 or publicly funded childcare, which they go through, once again, Jobs and Family Services to see if they qualify for that, or sometimes some providers and centers offer to help them to go through that process, they can go to, once again, Action for Children and go to our RISE page and sign up and see if they qualify for some scholarship money. I will share that some of the money is starting to dwindle down, but I've been told to keep telling people there, and we're hoping that we'll get some more funding towards that. As you can see, they can receive up to $10,000 per year, and they can use it for any child, a foster child, their own biological child, and they just have to have some, eligibility requirements, which is, as you see down below, the federal poverty level. So that's our RISE program. So I'm going to go now to some of our home visiting programs that we provide. So I know you don't work with children, however, you work with parents and who have children. So always have this in the back of your mind when you're helping someone. As we do Spark, which is a great program for 3 to 4-year-olds who are starting kindergarten soon. And this is a home visiting program. They go in the homes. They also do it virtually now, or they can meet them at a library if they don't feel comfortable meeting them, having them come into the home. But once again, it's a free program. They have the home visitor comes in and does activities. The child receives up to 15 books and activities, sometimes up to 20. If they're getting closer to kindergarten, it depends on their age range and where they're at. And they are able to keep those books and activities. They help strengthen, as you can see, their reading, their math, their language, and their skills, social skills. So they're more prepared. I can't tell you how many times I've run into parents who've had their child in this program and say how much it has helped them be ready for kindergarten. They really appreciated it. And at the end, when they graduate from our program, they receive a book bag full of school supplies. Then our other home visiting is our Help Me Grow program. So we're kind of twofold with this program, meaning we have a department. It's our central intake department. So it's kind of a call center. So we're the ones that receive all the phone calls interested in Help Me Grow in Central Ohio. And we help get them connected to the programs that are out there, because we're not the only ones who do Help Me Grow. There's a lot of various different, other agencies and organizations that do Help Me Grow. And they do different zip code areas, different counties. So we try to connect them all with the right county and zip code area and program and agency, and then they see if they qualify and then reach out to them to get them started. So anyone who's interested will reach out to us, but then we also have our own Help Me Grow visit department that offers help in Franklin County. So that once again, they go into the home, meet with the parents. So this is for anyone expecting or has a child up to the age of 3 to learn all about, just maybe it's their first child and they're, not sure how to take care of one. So this gives them the chance to learn about the development, the nutrition, and they get a lot of great resources, if they need help with getting diapers and all kinds of materials for that child. Help Me Grow is a great program to help them with that. So then we also have, I'm just going to share a couple of new programs and then I'll get into our parenting classes. It Takes Heart is our new program that we received. I'm actually the one underneath this, or I'm over it now, I should say. I'm supervising. We have a team of 2. So I'm not only the outreach coordinator, but the supervisor for this program. And it's called It Takes Heart. And we are partnered with Jobs and Family Services. And our goal, once again, is to find help with families interested in becoming foster families in Central Ohio. And going back to the child care and this program, just letting you know that we serve Central Ohio, not just Franklin County. We serve Fairfield, Licking, Union, Delaware, Madison, Pickaway, and I think I got them all. But yeah, all the counties surrounding us. So yes, so these programs are in the surrounding counties. So once again, if we have a parent who's interested in becoming a foster family, they can go down to see the foster and adopt.ohio.gov link or page. They fill out an inquiry form. We receive that information, and then we reach out to that parent, and then we help them along. We kind of help them see what agencies are out there for them to look at. We have a list of both public and private of all the counties. We help them along with their paperwork, help them with their home inspection. We have some materials to give to them for home, so they're ready for that. So we're kind of there to along the journey to help answer questions and also help them get through a little bit quicker, so they can become foster parents and licensed and ready to receive the children. So that's a huge need right now. Both my teammates are foster parents, so they know they kept saying, I wish I had this when I was starting out. So they've been, that's a passion of theirs, and they've been enjoying reaching out to these families and helping them on their journey. And then another program. So we have a lot of programs, man, folks. And I also wanted to share, we have like 2 different departments. So one department, it's called the CCEI, which is Child Care Education and Initiative. And the other department is called FACE, Family and Community Engagement. So most of these programs I'm going through with you today is our FACE program, which is working with the families. But then on the child care side, we work with child care providers. We help them get licensed, step up to quality rated, professional development training, help them with their CDA, which is a certification. So I know if you have a client who's interested in going into the child education program or career, we can help with that. They can get signed up for our CDA. Most of the time it's free. We try to get grant funding for that. That's a certification that you can start to receive as you move forward in your early education degree. So it's CDA, then your associates, then your bachelor's and master's. So that's how it starts. So we provide classes for that. And once again, this flyer that I'm sharing is about pre-licensing. So we have a pre-licensing department and help anyone interested in opening up their own childcare center. We help them find the building and help them with all of that. We also have childcare providers who do childcare in their home. You can have an apartment and have your own childcare in your apartment, just an FYI. I don't know if some of you know that, but we have childcare providers who run it in their apartments, so you don't have to own a home. So we help with the licensing, getting them licensed, step up to quality rating. So just to let you know, pre-pandemic, right before that hit, it was a new law. I don't know if it's a law, but a new requirement was anyone who wanted to help families with Title 20 or publicly funded childcare had to have a step up to quality rating. So our step up to quality rating team spent 2 years trying to get every childcare center and provider in Central Ohio, not just Franklin County, Central Ohio, rated for at least a 1 star. So they can receive those funds, because if not, they wouldn't be able to receive those funds, and that could, hinder their business. So they worked, it was amazing. We have a map of Ohio, actually the whole state of Ohio. And they went through, and we have stars everywhere of filled up in our lobby that showed the number of providers they helped during that time frame. It was very stressful. I'm sure they're happy that that's kind of over now because it was a big job. But once again, this is an opportunity, and you can, let your clients who are interested in childcare and working with children, this be a great opportunity for them. So then wanted to share our last couple of programs is our parenting programs. So we have, Father Up. Sorry, my dog is chewing on something that she shouldn't be chewing on. We have Father Up, which that's more of our marketing program, or our marketing of our fatherhood programs. We actually have two fatherhood programs. We have Father Factor, which we've had around since 2010. We're funded through Ohio Commission on Fatherhood. It's an 8-week session. They learn some parenting skills, and we do have case managers on site, and we do have one job developer for that program. Then we have our new funded federal grant funded program called All In Dads, and it's in third year. And once again, it's an 8-week session with parenting, but they also receive financial assistance or financial training through OSU Extension. They have legal workshops, and have an attorney that we partner with, Mindy Yoakum, and she does a lot of great work, meets with the fathers. We have an agency that we partner with that does mediation for family courts. So instead of going through the family court, they help with mediation between co-parenting. So we have those services. We do have case managers. Once again, they did lose their job coach recently, and I was the workforce manager for it, but now since I'm the outreach coordinator, so they lost me too. So this program, we would greatly benefit your assistance, in other words, for our father team. The nice thing about All In Dads also, which I almost forgot to share, is they get gift cards by participating. This is a huge grant we received. And so each time they do a session, they answer some surveys and questions, they get a gift card, and could be $150, $100, $50, depending on where they're at with their sessions. They get a certificate that will help them with court if they need it. And then the gift cards goes towards their children. They have, Kroger's, Walmart, and they do have to sign something where they say this will go towards my child. So yes, so if there's a way for us to help find a connection or a way to partner in regards to that, that'd be great. We can refer our fathers to you, and that would take a load off some of our case managers who don't have that experience now. That's our fatherhood program. And then of course we have our mothers program, Mothers Matter. Same concept, same topics. They don't receive the gift cards because it's United Way funding, so they don't have, but their funding has increased recently, and they do have case management and some workforce. But once again, be happy to find a way where we can partner and refer our mothers to you guys as well, because I know it's limited in that range when it comes to those needs. So yes, they do virtual for Mothers Matter, Fatherhood, Father Factor is virtual, and Father Factor goes into different counties. They do Licking, Fairfield, and Delaware, and All In Dads is just Franklin County based. But they're doing a hybrid right now, meaning they have one. You can meet in person. They attend. They have a Shepherd School off of Nelson Road, and YMCA off of Carl Road are in person, but you can also do it virtually. So they have a combination of fathers coming in person and also virtually at the same time. So those are our current programs that I thought would be beneficial for you all to know. I know it's a lot, but do you have any questions?
So Keith, it looks like we have a couple in the chat.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to start at the top. The first one's from Gina, asking about the RISE program. Is there a limit on the number of families per center, like that each facility can have?
That's a good question. I think it's 6, if I'm not mistaken, but you can, I can, if you want to reach out and I forgot to show you our website, and I'll go over that, but I can give you Jen Barlip's email if you like, and she can reach out to that. Unfortunately, I don't know everything in every department because I'm old and my brain doesn't fill all that up. But I do feel like there was a limit of 6.
Perfect.
And then are the program income base for all programs, or?
Yeah, say Kim, which program were you referring to there?
Or the RISE. The RISE is income based. Spark, all of these are free. They don't really look at income. Father Factor used to be TANF funding, or is TANF funding, but I also heard you don't have to, be on that or have that to participate. So yeah, these are all grants and contracts that we work with. So as long as we meet our deliverables, we're good to go. So most of them are all free.
Tasha is the other one here. And Tasha is with Franklin County Job and Family Services, their AMP or CCMP programming. And so she's wanting to see if there's a way they can get a direct contact with you guys.
Yeah, you can reach out to, be happy to reach out to me. Yes, I'll be happy to be that direct contact.
Perfect. And I can connect you too, so that's not a problem.
Yes, and just let me, yes. So yes, and just let me know, what programs they're looking for, and I'll refer them to the proper department, and then they'll do the outreach of the families. And you can keep me posted if you don't, they're like, they never heard back, Keith, you can let me know. I'll go back on those coordinators and say, hey, reach out to these parents. Most of them do a good job. Actually, all of them, but you know how busy people get. But yes, that's what I've been doing now with outreach. I have a sign-up sheet, and I send out, every time I do an outreach event, I send out a list of people I get to each of our coordinators, and then it's up to them to pass them along to the team and get that outreach done.
Perfect. So that's all the questions so far. Does anybody else have any questions? I know Keith, you want to go through the website, so maybe do that, and then we can just open it up for more questions.
Yeah, and like I said, I think, let me double check. I just want to make sure I'm doing Jen's email great, but feel free to, she's happy to answer questions. Boop, boop, boop. Yep, I did it correctly. There's her email. Okay. So yeah, this is just what our website looks like currently. Sorry. My dog's a chewer, and she's her bones is, don't know where bones is. She's chewing on my desk leg. Okay, so looking for childcare, there is the page for that, and like I said, there's various ways that people can get connected. They can once again call us. Just call that number, and our receptionist will get in contact with the INR team. You can email the information. You yourself can do an online childcare search if you don't want any help whatsoever. But it's great to. And then we have an interactive map as well, which I actually helped with this project when I was doing INR. So you can pick a center, a home, what program you're looking for, the zip code, and the step up to quality rating. So just to let you know the ratings, some people think it's like a review, like, oh, I don't want that child to go into that and to that child care center because it's a 1-star. Well, that's not what it means. You have to obtain and do certain paperwork and do some certain trainings to obtain that 1 star. And then if you want to, and it also depends on your staff and their education and training and background. So each star, like a 5-star, you need to have a bachelor's degree. And so that's how it is. So, a 1 star is still good, folks. All right. So you can go to our parents and guardians page to look at the home visiting programs. So once again, Help Me Grow and Spark. So they have a lot of questions and answers to help you with all of how to apply for it. Father Up. Oops. Bill, sorry. Okay. And actually Father Up has its own website. And you can go to it through Action for Children. And they've updated it since I've been on it. Oh, nice. They have some videos. As you can see, when I was working as the workforce manager, we shared some some of our employer partners that we partner with to show the fathers who we have and to help them apply for positions there. I have one training partner. And then I had my staff at the time when I was the workforce manager, they did little articles on. So that was some of the stuff we did on this website. So now to go back. All right. And then of course, so parents and guardians, they have the positive parenting workshops. So the Art of Positive Parenting is the curriculum that we provide. Just to let you know, I didn't share these programs because these are fee-based. They're called TAP programs. Those are mostly court-ordered programs. So if you're going, one, it's putting the children first. It is a requirement if you're going through a divorce in Franklin County that you have to take this course if you have children. And that's something that's fee-based. So that's why I didn't go into it. We do offer Triple P. I don't know if you all are aware of that program. It's a positive parenting program, and both parents are in this program. We're in Union County now, I think. So that is another free program. The Franklin County one, Nationwide Children's, offers that program through. So that's a good one if you want. It's a good program for helping to manage behavior and address problem behaviors. So that's another program. And then of course, Mother's Map. And then on the providers and educators, that's our Franklin County RISE program. Oh, there's Franklin County RISE. So they have a section there for parents and guardians, and then child care programs. So I think it's pretty user friendly. Like I said, I don't know what it's going to look like when it's updated. Our department is currently working. Our organizational department is currently working on it. But so just expect a change in the near future. But that's us. Phew.
Thank you so very much. I think we're all aware of the organization, and just like here at the Job Center, y'all do so much great work. It's interesting when you really kind of outline everything back to back to back. It almost makes you tired, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely does. Does anybody have any other questions? Yeah. Any other questions for Keith right now?
All right.
Well, I'm going to take silence as you did an amazing job. We appreciate you for being our first community partner to present with restarting our weekly staff training. So Keith, thank you for that as well. Thank you for putting your email in the chat. And for anyone who isn't used to Zoom, there are 3 dots but down at the lower right-hand corner by the chat. If you click on the 3 dots, you can actually save a text file of the chat. So you'll have both Jen's email and Keith's that way. We'll also send them out, so that won't be an issue. But if you want or need those, you can also access them that way. Again, Keith, all I can say is thank you for being a great community partner. You know, we're at so many outreach events together. It just seemed like a natural fit to have you be the first person to present to the team, knowing how many of our job seekers are facing childcare issues in particular right now as they look for work. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Team, as I said, we'll send out the recording as well as the flyers and everything later today, so everybody will have those. With that being said, I think we're all good. Any parting words for everybody, Keith?
No, I appreciate it. Once again, thank you. And yes, feel free to reach out to me also to make those connections with our parenting programs. If I don't know how, Scott, if you figure out a system or a way, I can let our parenting programs know you as resources as well. So they
absolutely. We'll send some stuff over
Yeah.
your way too. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Wednesday.